guys, we're back with another amazing video. This is what we're currently looking like right now. I'm gonna go over the plans and then we're gonna go back in time a few days, back where we first started. So we've been thinking, can we build campers? We build lots of quads, lots of things. We built our first trailer, but can we build campers? Alrighty, so here's the rules of the camper build challenge. So you must be able to sleep off the ground on some sort of platform that's attached to the trailer. So no just bringing a tent with you, setting that up, none of that. Everything must be brought in or out with the said vehicle and trailer that you build. Cannot use anything we've already built, which seems pretty fair. You must have some sort of lights, headlights, taillights, that type of thing. Budget, no buying Jeeps from Princess Auto. You can disassemble and reassemble your structure. When you get there, you just have to be able to pack it in, pack it out. And you can buy anything used, new, parts off the shelf, as long as it's not an entire vehicle. There'll be points for functionality, driving, maneuverability, comfort. We're going to do a bunch of challenges, drag race, top speed, braking, off-road capabilities, points for durability and reliability. Obviously someone could break down and that would suck for them. It is a competition though, so points for aesthetics and build quality, points for best breakfast. We are going to make some killer breakfasts hopefully on our trip when these are built. Tug of war, figured that would be fun to give it a go. And then fastest camping setup. How long does it take for you to park and be ready to sleep? And who spent the most money? I think that's all the rules and the points we have so far, so back to the build. So now that we're up to speed, let's go back in time to the end of last week. 4 days earlier. Well, we have our body for Mr. Power Wheels' new project. The headlights work too.
Oh yeah. The lights only turn on if you're driving, hey? They're with the accelerator pedal.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they turn off when you let off the pedal.
That's terrifying. Okay, that's enough for me. Alrighty, so here's what Mr. Power Wheels has got going on. He's picked up his quad already, and he's got his body, so essentially he's gonna try and stick that onto that quad frame. He's gonna be towing a trailer, and my RV will be here at some point.
So we have the Power Wheels here, and the plan is to cut out all the bottom section there, shorten the quad frame up here somewhere, and just make them two happy units together.
Oh yeah, we got our tunes banging. Alrighty, Mr. Power Wheels' quad over here is looking pretty promising. It's turning over and it's got spark, so we're gonna see if it'll fire up. Okay, let's go for it. Do you want to hook up this?
Yeah, I might have to.
Give it some more juice. Ooh, sparky, sparky. Bump it up to 12 volt, more amps. Okay, let's see. Whoa! Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're ripping. Nice.
Carbon is not even bolted on. That's probably why.
They got these nice rim covers that perfectly fit off of this Power Wheels, so that looks awesome. Behold the vision. This looks pretty sick. Obviously the body's gonna come down much lower. It's gonna look so awesome when it's done, especially with like a little camper behind it. It's gonna be so cool. And we got the shop all nice and cleaned up, so we got room for my RV once I buy something.
Okay guys, this is the final moments for the big leap of faith. I have the frame partially marked out of where I think it needs to be cut. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Cut that bar out so the steering column slides back. And hopefully it all works out, because it'll really suck if it doesn't.
lost any bits. Well, there we go. We got 3/4 of a quad on one side and 1/4 of a quad on the other side. It's coming along. Well, at least he's got a start. I haven't even bought anything yet. Well, Mr. Power Wheels has got his frame kind of mocked up, so the wheels kind of line up with the arches on the body. It looks a little stubby, but it'll fit perfect on this GMC. We'll definitely have to see how it handles when it's super short like that, but man, Mr. Power Wheels is wasting no time getting this thing shrunk down to fit the Power Wheels body. And he's doing that, and I'm spending a bunch of time still working on this thing because it's not done. Well, it's coming together real quick for Mr. Power Wheels over here. The wheels are lining up pretty good. He's kind of figuring out where he's gonna sit, where his legs are gonna go. A few days later. Well, good news. We're following up a lead on Facebook Marketplace for a quad. Hopefully we get it because Mr. Power Wheels is working on his as we speak, getting an even further lead. So that's not fantastic. So hopefully we get something today. Back at the shop.
Alright guys, I don't remember actually what the last clip was, but I'll just run you through what's happened so far. So far all we've done is got the frame, cut it, move it back, and tack it up right there. I think the plan for today will be, I'm going to cut the body out so that way it actually sits on top, and I want to cut that piece out the back there so I can see how I'm going to sit in it. That way I know where I need to move that engine and where my rear shock's going to land. Unfortunately, I don't think any fabrication is going to happen today because I need to go to the metal market. Alright everybody, this is the current state of the, I don't even know what to call this, massacre of a Power Wheels. So as you can see here, we got all the internals cut out from the body and we got the frame actually sitting in it. So now I kind of know how far down I want to make my seat in there because I'm probably going to have to cut all of this out and move that shock mount to a different location because I want to actually be sat down inside the body there. That way it looks not like a body on a quad. But right now you can see we got some wheel misalignment going on. The back axle's still a little further out. I don't particularly want to shorten the frame anymore. So what I think I'm going to do, because I can't steer right now anyway, is just take a cut out the front bumper here. So I can slide it back and hopefully open that wheel arch up a little bit so I can steer. Because right now you can't steer, which is an issue.
Back on the road, things weren't going so good. Ooh, I'm annoyed now. I go and look at the quad, lo and behold, it's not a 200, it's a 107. Another one. This is the second one I've gone to look at that it's not been the engine size that they said it was. So we're gonna go pick up one another half an hour away, and I know this one's bigger. It's not as big as I would have liked with a 4-speed and reverse, or so I've been told. I guess we'll find out.
Alright guys, I think that vision is coming together. There's still some more trimming to do, but I'm liking the way that looks a lot more now. I think I'll just have to take a bit more out the back of the front fender. The reason the back wheel looks smaller is because it is. So I need new back tires, so when I get those new back tires, I'll get the slightly bigger tires that are on the front to go on the back as well. So it should help to fill up that space a bit more. It definitely looks like a monster truck, but that's to be expected when you put a Power Wheels on a quad frame. I think there's still enough space there for me to get my feet down there. And then I think the next move is for me to cut out this back section here and figure out where the seat's going. Okay, so here it is up close. So you can kind of see I'm thinking of just doing my seat level about the same as the wheels there. I've cut out all that area in there so I can sit down into it. But my feet were landing right on those foot pegs there. And I can still activate that shifter arm. The only thing I think is I want to just lower those down because they kind of stick up. Since you're sitting higher on the quad. So I just want to lower those down a bit, lower the shifter down a bit. But I think the engine location should be fine where it is. I think I'll have to put my handlebars further back here and do some sort of linkage up to there. Mainly because it's going to go through my windshield, what I don't like. For the shock back here, I was planning to do a bar on the back of the body anyway. So I think I'm going to tie it in basically right behind the seat there. It'll be pointed back a bit. I think it'll be a little softer than before like that, but we'll try it out. I think that's just gonna be the only location where I can make it work simply. But overall, I'm liking the way it looks. That body's sitting nice and far down onto there. Plenty of room for me inside of it. All right, guys, it's the moment of truth. Also, I guess this is like a face reveal or something. So I'm actually sat in the body, which is nice. I have some space. I think I do a bit more cutting on the bodywork here, give my feet a bit more room. But overall, I think if I just lower the factory foot things that you put your feet on, I think the factory location will work just fine, which actually might mean I might just use the foot shifter as well. So I can just have handlebars up here with the quad controls on it. So it'd be super simple to run.
Well, good news, we got ourselves a quad. It's not quite the one I wanted, but apparently the one I wanted didn't actually exist. So it's a 120, it's got front and rear brakes, 3-speed with reverse. So should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over my plan. So essentially, if I line up the wheels there, that's my plan. Everything at the bottom is gonna be steel tubing and aluminum. And then the top is gonna be wood and I don't know, some sort of board, some sort of light thin boarding. But essentially I'm gonna turn this into an RV. I'm gonna be kind of sitting there with my legs up there. I'm gonna move the steering forward, and then the back is going to be my sleeping arrangements. Now I believe Mr. Power Wheels over here has gone over his idea, but I'll go over it real quick. Basically you have a Power Wheels body on a quad, and then he's gonna be towing a camper trailer. First thing I think I'm gonna do with mine, it does run. I did see it run, but it wasn't running quite how it should. So we're gonna get it running, take it for a test drive, and then cut it all into bits. There we go, we got our carburetor cleaned up. There's definitely some gunk plugging up the jets there, and then we got a fuel filter in the line now. So hopefully, should be good. We are back for another day, and I've got some parts. So I picked up this whole front brake assembly on Facebook Marketplace. So hopefully this thing has much better braking than that does. I would like to be able to stop. So I've got these very nice front disc brakes off a 400cc something or other. I think they'll do me pretty good. Let's see if these hubs fit. So, I've ran into a problem that I was kind of looking at and thought would happen, but now it's a reality. This nut is much smaller, or the bolt, whatever, for the ball joint is much smaller than that one. So I'm gonna attempt to drill these out. It's aluminum, so it shouldn't be too bad to get them to fit on these ball joints, because these control arms will definitely not fit on this quad. Well, it turns out you can't just buy a bunch of random pieces from other quads and expect it to work out well. So I got these drilled out. I got them to fit, sort of, for now. And as soon as I did that, I realized that the camber doesn't work. That is, well, it's great for cornering, I think. I don't know, what would that be good for? Good for inside cornering, not outside cornering. We did figure out though that it lines up pretty much perfectly with the rear wheel when it's straight. What I'll probably go and do is cut out sections of this control arm and tuck it in a bit more. It actually looks pretty good when it's straight, so. Looks like something is wrong with the suspension unit. So that's not fantastic news for Mr. Power Wheels. Unfortunately, it's great news for me because I am far behind. I've got my control arms marked up. I'm gonna cut them, weld them back together, fit them up, see what the alignment looks like. Well, we got our control arm there tacked together, and it's all sort of loosely assembled, but it looks pretty good. It's pretty straight. It also tucks it in a bit more, which is actually nice. That'll be nice for just portability and maneuverability, hopefully. I don't know. This thing looks so goofy though with the big front wheels, but I don't want to make the rear wheels bigger because that's going to be the level of the floor. We've discovered the culprit for Mr. Power Wheels' wobbly axle. That is supposed to be a bushing. So it turns out steering and suspension geometry is not my specialty. It's not terrible. It just needs some alignment. this way. Obviously it's cambered in a little bit, but that's better than when it was sitting like this. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with that. And once I build all the frame and body, you won't be able to really see it anyways, so that's fine. Alrighty, so I've decided I'm gonna start disassembling this whole thing because that's pretty much my next step. Anything else is gonna be counterproductive. So we're gonna take the handlebars off, we're gonna start cutting things up. Should be good. So Mr. Power Wheels over here has got this kind of rear bar welded up with a shock mounted, so that looks pretty good. It's nice and sturdy, we've stood on it. He's gonna add some more bars underneath to triangulate for rigidity. We also got his bushing out. That was a good hour-and-a-half long activity. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly strip everything off this frame so we can start figuring out where we're gonna cut it. Because my plan is to be sat about here, have my feet up front here, and then the sleeping arrangements back here. And I want it to be as low as possible. So I decided no rear suspension, just be flat, as low as it can be. And the engine's gonna come kind of down here, right in front of the axle. You're gonna buy it. So that went pretty quick. We got basically the engine and the wiring harness stripped out. We got it over on the bench there. I need some work. For now, let's focus on my vision. Essentially, it's gonna look kind of like that. Well, at least the frame. I'll move the engine kind of back here in that area. I'm gonna do like a flat frame, kind of from the bottom there to the axle there, and then it'll come up to meet the platform that I will sit on and sleep on. That'll kind of be level with there. So I'll kind of sit there, have my steering that's going to be moved up there. So I'm going to cut that down and then do a chain from that to the steering wheel. And then my feet are going to go kind of up there somewhere. So there's going to be kind of a front platform bumper there. I don't think I'm going to move the wheelbase too much because we've learned with biggest longest here that really affects steering. And I already don't have great steering angle to begin with. But with our engine here, it is leaking some oil and it looks like it has been for quite some time. So I have a gasket set. I'm gonna do all the gaskets in the head, valves, whatever, these little inspection holes. I was just inspecting the starter chain here because these like to break and that'll leave you stranded, and reliability is points with this challenge. Even though this was a newer carburetor on here, I've got a brand new one because I also needed the cable operated choke since the engine will be underneath the floor in the back there. Also, yes, I am going with a steering wheel because it's entirely enclosed. I need space to get my legs around it, which means I'm gonna go full foot controls with a foot brake and foot gas, kind of like a go-kart pretty much. And then I'll have a dashboard for all the switches, lights, starter, kill switch, that type of stuff. What that does mean though is that from about here back, everything is useless, which kind of sucks that I need to make it all from scratch, but it means it'll be what I want. I can use the engine mount still and any other bits I can cut off to use. And you can see before our other scooter guy left, he's got his body placed on. He's got the rear mounts there. That's what that bar was for. Body mount. It looks pretty good. It sits on there all on its own now, well, except for the jack stands in the front there. But on the back, it sits there all on its own, which is nice. But I'm getting a feeling that this is all we're gonna have time for today. So I'm gonna get working on editing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.